toys with the toys in the basement, toys! Structure for the rolling plant pot. There's one big flower pot. It's on wheels. Oh, that's easy to move, huh? This is Monday, January 2nd. Ken and I are working on the Audrey puppet, and we're about to attempt something. It's a two-person job. It's tricky. We're going to put the outer skin layer on the big flower pot. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. Into the creature shop. This is our skin, and that's the flower pot way over there. It looks small, but the shop is big.
It looks smaller right now.
But check this out. One-handed. In perspective, this is not really big at all. It's 4 feet wide. 3 foot to 4 foot taper. This is just going to take a whole different dynamic look.
1 3/8. Look, even if it's...
That's some crazy percentage math. So it would be 1/8 of an inch off for every foot. But we're only seeing 3 feet of it at a time. So no one's going to be there to be able to say, hey, look at that. That rim is 3/8 of an inch off. Because you know why? Because no one's going to have a direct front seat to this. Because they're sitting in the audience. We'll blame it on the stage. It's crooked.
Ready.
Ready. This is a lot of work for something that's not really going to be noticed on stage. We got the outer skin on it. This looks really good. A rolling 4 foot flower pot. A little weird, but we were able to get everything we needed in one store. 2 layers of the expanded foam have been applied, and it looks like this is going to be fine. This is all we can do this on is January 2nd. Kind of cool. Looks good though. It's not as nearly as heavy as I thought it was going to be. It is January 3rd, and we're on our way to our friend Annie's house to get some green material. The Audrey build continues. We're here to pick up the goods.
Don't forget to grab the wine.
I won't. I have to pay off.
That's all I got, but
Perfect.
it's more than
It's to pay off, yeah.
nothing,
Hey guys.
so.
Oh, we'll make it work. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We got the goods and we're on our way back, and we're gonna make this the back of Audrey's neck. We're gonna get rid of all the folds and wrinkles before we put the correct folds and wrinkles in. The inside of this is gonna be the inside of the mouth. I believe this is actually the lower jaw. Cap that with the red material and bunch it up a little bit. We're gonna hit it with some purple to make the green match the burgundy, and then yellow the bottom of the teeth a little bit and stick that in there. It's gonna look intense, and I can't wait. Saturday, January 7th. Last week or so, I made 35 of these, the teeth. This foam, it's not gonna hurt anybody. It's because I have a roll of paper towel tube in here, and that is actually not really for strength, but more for stability left to right. I made 35 of these, and the thing is, these are huge. And now we're gonna put them in here. The size of the tooth I need is not this, more here. And I thought about, just because I already had 35 of these made, I was just gonna maybe cut the tips off. But what I remembered is that we have another pod to build, pod 4, which is huge. And now I have a little bit of a head start. I'm not gonna cut these. I'm gonna use the 35 or 36 of these teeth on the big puppet. So I'm actually almost a half a jaw ahead of the game. So, happy mistake. So that's where I've been at for the past couple of days. Okay, these are not glued in. They're just placed there, obviously. They can't go side by side. I tried that. This looks ridiculous. It looks too much like a dinosaur. This spread out a little bit has a Venus flytrap look to it. Okay, something just happened, which doesn't usually happen, so I'm gonna document it. I was working on this design and I was realizing it was looking more and more like a dinosaur instead of like a man-eating plant. So I took a cue from Jaws here. And leaving the gap in makes the plant look more like a Venus flytrap. But the crazy thing was here is I actually have 19 teeth planned for the top and 14 teeth planned for the bottom, which is exactly the right amount of teeth that I cut out. It's some kind of mystical clairvoyant moment that, hey, you don't have to cut these anymore, you can go into the next step. I'm taking it as a sign. I'm also taking it as a sign to make a few more because I'm gonna screw up a couple of these as I put them in, I know I am. I'm gonna make a couple extra anyways, but right now I have the exact amount. Okay, if you were on this side of the screen, you'd be happy too. I got a bag full of man-eating plant teeth. And what I'm gonna do is, just to add a little bit more of a pop of color, because the head is gonna be green, the gums are gonna be purple and red, and the teeth are gonna be stark white and show up. I'm gonna put just a tinge of yellow at the gum line of the teeth to add another, to break it up, because this is gonna be viewed from the audience. They may not even see this, but hopefully react to the purple a little bit better. There it is, a little bit of a tinge of yellow on the bottom. That's gonna look intense next to the purple. Here we go. Here's the mouth, upper and bottom jaw with just a tinge of purple. Alright, here we are. Top jaw, bottom jaw. Now I'm going to hinge them back together, but not permanently hinge them. We're just going to use some Gorilla Tape. Put them back on the chair and see what we're dealing with here. Alright, the whole thing is counterbalanced. Wait, I'm not even holding it. What? But, arms inside, I can control it. Full range. Feed me. Feed me. 1 minute. A hinge came undone in here. Hold on a second. There. I got it back on. Okay. Ready? Feed me. Rah! Feed me. Feed me. Feed me Seymour. Feed me all night long. Alright, we're gonna get the pieces for you, girl. Don't you worry. Ken and I are on our way to the hardware store to get a flattened L bracket, a bolt, eye bolt. We have a spring already, so we don't need that. And maybe a coffee. But they don't have that at the hardware store. Once again, this would be an interesting tally to how many times we actually went to Abishan, the hardware store. It's coming to, it's gonna be worth it. The big head attaching to the big flower pot soon. But right now, we're taking care of the two little guys, pod 1, pod 2, because we started them first and they're almost done. And Ken's got a mission forward with this little guy. Pod 2 is really pretty much done. It's a matter of, I really don't know just how big the armhole needs to be. Yes, fun stuff happens in the hardware store. This is a strange ass configuration of nuts, bolts, and eye hooks and screws and crap. The worst part is one half is going to be a standard system, the other half is going to be the metric system. The eternal mind struggle of the infrastructure of this man-eaten plant is a combination of standard and metric nuts and bolts.
It's a friggin' alien.
The Audrey spring collection. That was a Ken joke. This little bastard is the problem. This has been one of the bigger problems. We're in the home stretch here, though.
Not put it outside the can.
Are you effing kidding me? 2 nuts. Like a ½ inch. So it's a ½ inch short.
Maybe 1/4 inch.
It's just even more so. They're not both too long.
They're not. Wait a minute. We're that short. That short. You see the space between the wood and the end of this right here.
That's short.
That little gap.
Okay.
You need to fill that gap.
I'm actually really relieved. I thought you meant we were short the other way.
No,
back
we
to
have
the
a
store.
gap to fill.
We can fill a gap. We get nuts and bolts out in the shed.
We need one. Size you need.
Really, we bought something for nothing?
Pretty much, yeah.
We wouldn't have found it out right here, though.
Go back to them.
Okay. Shut up. Don't say that. What's this one? It's a 1/4 inch and it's big. This thing needs more weight.
Is there another one so we don't have to come back out here?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, right there. Yep, smaller one too.
Okay.
Back outside to the creature shop. See, that's organized. I found it right away. Woo! Ha-ha! This is one of those impressive moments. Look at that. Yes!
This is even more impressive with the size.
That's what you call a bullseye.